So failure is what's going to happen a majority of the time. And if failure is what's going to happen a majority of the time, you can't be a person who, when the failure comes, you go in the tank. Moving along into the final topic today, and that is creating a mindset at defensive back. And as with most topics and all topics, I'm talking to both coaches and players here. 80% of this thing back here is mental. I continue to make the comparison of playing defensive back is very similar to playing baseball and being a batter in the batter's box. You don't have that proper mentality when you come to the plate, you will get defeated by that pitcher because the statistics say that pitcher should win the majority of the time. That's usually what's going to happen a majority of the time. How do we know that? A player is considered good as a hitter in baseball if he hits 300. Do we know what 300 is? 300 is simply you gotta hit 30% of the times that you went up there. The other 70% of the time, the pitcher and the team that he was playing for won when you came to the plate. So failure is what's going to happen a majority of the time. And if failure is what's going to happen a majority of the time, you can't be a person who, when the failure comes, you go in the tank. If you, off of a failure at the plate as a baseball player, as a batter, take that to heart and don't think that you're going to hit the ball the next time, well, then you don't become a 300 batter. You become a 200 batter. You become a 100 batter, and you don't get to be a 100 batter long. You don't play as a 100 batter. That gets you out of there, okay? You don't get to run around with a 1-something batting average. So likewise, when you're playing defensive back and you're lining up in front of a receiver or you're lining up in coverage, you know what? Not at a clip like it is for a pitcher winning 70% of the time, but the majority of the time, they're going to complete those passes. How do we know? Quarterbacks have completion percentages nowadays in the 60 to 70%. They do. They complete more passes than they are incomplete. Okay. Same thing's happening in man coverage. Majority of the time, that receiver is going to win. There's a lot of things working in his favor. Okay. So with that said, you got to have the right mindset. Okay, and the mindset is a mindset of domination and confidence. You have to develop that as a player. And the way that you do that is being slightly delusional, but this kind of stuff starts in practice. It starts in your training. It starts anytime you are faced in a competitive situation. So I say this to guys, take all of the competitive situations that you find yourself in life seriously. That could be going out on a bowling outing. That could be playing a video game. That could be playing a card game with friends. All of that is going to be your training for being in competition. Now, family members might find you to be a little bit too intense. Why is he tripping so hard on a spades game? Like, what's up with this guy? Or, why is he going so hard in this bowling? All of this is training for your mentality that you're going to have in this main thing that you do, which is playing defensive back in the game of football. You have to train your mind to be competitive and to handle wins and losses properly for you to succeed. Be able to handle a loss and say, okay, they got lucky. Come again. Learn how to keep going and not dwell on a loss. You gutter balled. You hit one pin, you didn't pick up the spare, you needed a strike and you didn't get it. Learn in those situations how to deal with that and keep going. Is there another frame? Is there another game? Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to lose my mind off of this one bowl. I'm not going to lose my mind off of this one hand in spades. I'm not going to lose my mind off of this one play in the video game. You've got to train your mind to have that mindset of, I am going to maintain confidence at all times. I'm going to take that confidence and turn it into a dominant mindset. Yeah, you know what? Mike Tyson got punched when he went in the ring. Mike Tyson, at his height as a boxer, was the most dominant boxer I'd ever seen in my lifetime. And he went in the ring and got punched. Yeah, he got hit. Didn't care. Oh, I got hit. Okay, I'm coming with my own. You give up a pass in a game. You give up a touchdown. Okay, you're in a rivalry game. You're going against the big-time rival from across town. First drive, they go down there. They hit you in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Bet. You've set the offense up for the rest of the game because I'm not going to lose my confidence. You're going to get a little too happy and think, oh, okay, he's sweet over there. We're going to go at him today. We're going at that guy today. Yeah, okay. What matters next is what's in your mind. It matters now what's in your mind as that defensive back. Cool, bring it. I want this. I'm going to keep going. Now I'm going to have opportunities in this game. So they send it over there again, interception. Thanks for coming out, guys. You thought it was sweet over here. All right, quarterback, you're not sure. Which one am I today? Am I the guy that gave up that corner route for a touchdown in the first drive or the guy that got an interception that second time? Let's try him again. Let's see what he's on. Another interception. None of those things happen if you fall in the tank off that first drive touchdown that they got on. You lose confidence right there like, damn, oh, man, this is the crosstown rival and they have a really good receiver and they've been talking about him and oh, he's so great. You make this guy out to be 7 feet tall and run a 4 flat 40. You turn him into that. Oh, okay. When they do come back over there, because they will. Oh yeah, he's going to catch the ball because he's 7 feet and 4 flat. In your mind, you made him that. He's not that. This little pipsqueak caught a touchdown. God bless him. Good job, my guy. Tell him to come on over here again. You got to keep that delusional mindset. I talked about Chauncey Gardner earlier. Part of what makes Chauncey good on the field is part of, probably what gets him kicked out of all of these locker rooms, but he's delusional. And that's cool if you want to have that mindset on the field. I do recommend that you turn that off when you get in the locker room and you're around your teammates and you're living your regular and normal life, but go be delusional on that football field. Anything you catch on me is luck. That's not going to happen when you come over here again. Maybe you catch 2 in a row. Great. Third one's mine. That's the mindset that has to be created. So if you're a brand new coach and you've been thrusted into a job and you're kind of overwhelmed, I've got a great resource for you. The All Eyes DB Camp members area will get you up to speed so you can get your guys in the right position to make plays and make you look like an all-star coach. I've got everything in there from quizzes, coverages explained, technique breakdowns, strategy sessions, everything you need to ramp up your coaching ability and turn your guys into playmakers. Hit the link down below. Come join us in the All Eyes DB Camp members area. Greatness awaits you. That's for my players. You have to keep that mindset, a dominant mindset. Your mindset has to float between 2 things, confidence and dominant. I'm going to dominate. Confidence and domination. Confidence if you suffer a setback, domination if you come out killing it. You kill it, you come out, that first drive, you get a pick. I'm getting another pick. And if you guys don't want to come my way, I'm going to come over there to wherever you threw the football, and I'm going to get the football out of his hands. We dominate. So when you don't have success early, confidence. When you have success early, dominate, crush them, crush their spirit, take their heart. Those are the 2 areas you need to float in between as a player. 80% of this thing is mental. So you did all that training to get stronger, to get faster and more skilled. It will be nothing if you don't have the proper mindset. If you're not confident, you don't get to activate any of those things that you work so hard on. They will not activate. They will be tucked down in your belly for no one to see because you don't believe in them. Be delusional. So now I'm talking to my coaches. I've seen coaches out there that are scared to death. And if you are a scary defensive coordinator, if you're a scary position coach, please believe you're going to put that mindset onto your players. If you absolutely lose your mind when a guy gets a ball caught in him, when you call, man, let's say you're a predominant zone team. And I'm saying this because I've seen this happen with teams out there. You're a predominant zone team. You're one of these quarters guys that plays a lot of cover 2. Keep the ball in front of me. At some point you realize I got to get aggressive. Let's send a little heat. Let's play man to man, and a ball gets caught on 3rd down and the drive gets extended and you lose your mind. You either lose your mind right then and there on that moment, or you lose your mind when the team comes off on the sidelines, either after a final third down stop or a touchdown, and you just won't let it go, or you go over and dwell on it over and over and over in the film session or the practice after that game. You are going to make a scary DB. You're going to make a scary player who won't have confidence and will never float into that mindset of domination. He just won't have that. And if you keep that up, you're going to have 4 or 5 guys back there with that mentality, and they're just going to keep giving up plays. They're going to keep not getting it done in man coverage, and that's going to seep into the zone coverage because you have made them scary. You have zero trust in them. You're a zone team, and a guy, you call man, and a ball gets caught. We're going to get him on the next one. Believe in yourself as a coach that you're going to make better calls in the next series of downs, and that the player is going to be able to make that play the next time. And even if it happens again, we'll get him on the next one. All right. Get that position coach with him and say, what's going on? Let's see if we could tighten up some things. Allow that player to be in a place where he can give you some information when he comes off the field and not completely afraid of you to speak to you so you can't get any info. If you don't get any info or data from your player, you can't make any adjustments and you can't make any calls. And you can't help him with this technique. So don't get him into a point where he can't give you any information. Get him to a point where he can, feels comfortable, goes back out there, and he can float into the mindset of confidence, which then turns into domination. As coaches, you can either instill that in your players or you can rob them of that. Going on and on about a ball caught in man-to-man, where the predominant amount of time, the most of the times that ball should be caught by the offense. Most of the time. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. That's the way that it is. Most of the times, in one-on-one situations, that ball is going to get caught. Not everyone is prime time. Not everyone is Revis or Bailey or Pat Surtain II. That's not everyone is that. And even those guys get balls caught on them. Even those guys get lost in coverage. We get to see the highlights of these guys, but sometimes you watch a full game and they got worked. They got dealt with. You know what they are armed with? A ton of confidence and a domination mindset. So it doesn't just keep happening. Maybe you got me this week. Next week, I'm going to get the next guy. Maybe you got me on this series, and the next series, the third series, you're going to have a problem. The fourth series, you tried again because you thought today was your lucky day. Oh, sorry, didn't work out for you. But as coaches, you build that mindset with how you handle your players when they have when they suffer a setback. Giving up a long touchdown, giving up a touchdown in a red zone, giving up a crucial third down stop, whatever. Clap it up. You got them on the next play because the next play is coming. You can't tell them, oh, just worry about the next play, and you're dwelling on it yourself as the coach. Instill that mindset. Final thing I'm going to say now for your players in terms of developing that mindset is you are going to get into crunch time situations. That is a final drive that the offense needs to score and get in the end zone for a touchdown, and they might be in the red zone, or it's a crucial third down play. You want the ball to come your way. If you're lining up in that situation and something in your head is saying, I hope they don't come my way, I hope the ball doesn't come my way, you are in the complete wrong headspace. You shouldn't be on the field. Instead, you need to line up and say, I want this ball to come my way. I want that ball coming here. Throw that fade over here. Throw that out route over here. It's mine. Please, please, please. Don't go anywhere else. Come here. That should be your mindset. Practice that in practice. Practice that bowling. Practice that spades. Attack all of these situations that you come into. Challenge yourself right here. I want the smoke. I want all the eyes on me. I want all the cameras on me. I want everyone looking at me. I'm not trying to hide in that situation. It's crunch time. Let's go. This is what I got dressed for today. This is what I practiced for all week. This is what I did all that training for. This is why I read this book right here so that I could be in that situation. So I could be in that situation. I know what to do. And I want all the lights and cameras on me because I'm about to make a play. Under no circumstances should you be thinking about, I want the ball to go somewhere else. I want the glory. I want the limelight. Give it to me. All right. Shine that light on me. And that's how you build a proper mindset to go line up and be an elite defensive back that makes plays, that helps his team that wins All-American and everything else that's coming your way. Build the proper mindset as a player. Coaches, help your players out with that by how you treat them when they suffer setbacks, and also how you manage them when they start to have a success. You don't want them to get too out of control, but mostly when they suffer a setback, it's on you to help build them the proper mindset so that they can be the playmakers that you need. Feel free to share this, like it, and then also subscribe to the channel. Got shows and videos like this coming out each and every week. Also, on your way out, check out the links down below for my book, 101 DB Tips. Talks about everything from covering in man, the zone, how to play corner, nickel, safety, train in the offseason, study film. Everything you need to know to be an elite DB is right there. Also, link to the All Eyes DB Camp members area. Over 300 posts in there talking about strategy, technique, quizzes in there, how to play coverages, just about everything that you need to know about playing defensive back is right there in that members area for you. It is a superpower. Knowledge is king. Go grab that. 101 DB Tips, All Eyes DB Camp members area. That's it for me. I'm out of here. And as always, All Eyes DB Camp. Consistency breeds results.